will you help me with one important matter?
I stayed next to Kessler because he doesn't let you get the reward until you finish Harlow's radio transmission. And I respect foreshadowing a lot more when it's not so obvious. In any game, the chances of something being said just for flavor is pretty low. I'm not talking about random notes that you find that you have to dig up in the main menu or something. No, I'm talking about like when you have a story-specific character
has been absolutely devastated.
A story-specific problem. If I'm fast enough, then fresh it up there won't get to me. Unfortunately, I have some problems getting on this bush, but I make it. Double check though. I kind of remember just doing that, just making sure. Because if an enemy hits you when you have no stamina left, you go flying, and then it takes you a while to get back up. So it's better just to kick, dodge, or do something besides get hit when you have no stamina. Unless you're looking for protection, because zombies ignore you once you fall down. Since that is not what I want, since I'm trying to get through the game quickly, I don't want to fall down and then have to stagger back up. So this is my shortcut to the mission, St. Marie's mission. You may be able to warp to Stanley, but one of the times I tried it while I was checking checkpoints...
Oh, incredible. Really incredible.
It kept warping me...
I'm looking for it.
It kept warping me in front of the research laboratory. So like two out of the 3 practice runs, it warped me to the correct spot.
Pretty impressive.
I think it may have been because I was loading checkpoint early, so it froze a checkpoint in place in front of the research lab or something. Whatever the case is, I didn't want to screw with that for this recording. Alright, this is another dangerous spot, dealing with the enemy here. So I'm kind of improvising, hoping that I don't end up repeating the same mistake I did at the Marina. On the third Perna run, Perna's the lady that uses a gun as her special weapon. My third Perna run, I came up here and I got killed as a result. Those zombies got me from behind, that's why I was ready for them this time. That unfortunately did no damage. It must have been blocked by the door. That did plenty of damage. This somehow missed him. Not the second shot for the nail gun, for the stun gun.
Bridges and the roads to prevent the movement of the civilian population.
Generally, when I hear a zombie like that, I spin around real quick, hoping that as I swing, I can club him. You know, like a windmill. Floaters sound like thugs here in this game. They gurgle in Dead Island 1. That sound you're hearing is an audio log I picked up.
Got eyes on a door. Found some stairs. I think they lead down into a crypt. Unless you have some diving gear, the answer's no. Completely flooded. Roger that.
I realized I didn't get that chest. I wanted to get it before I completed the quest. But it turns out okay because I have to wait.
Come on, Wayne. God damn it. Jesus, that was close. You good?
There was blood. He's been bitten. It just doesn't show that in this model. Okay, there's no difference in his visual appearance, but he's definitely been bitten. I'm just gonna tell you that. I'm not spoiling anything.
Trevor, get us out of
you
here.
saw all that blood. The zombie was just biting thin air, and blood was coming out. But yeah, I have to wait. A lot of times you see me wandering around, it's because I'm waiting for an NPC to activate on my behalf. Anyways, this chest will always have
Come
gun
on,
in it.
Daddy needs some new shit.
It turns out to be a Spiteful pistol. Spiteful is one of the best white class weapons.
We're not going anywhere till that water's dealt with.
I need a pump. Before we left, I talked to an old man from Hawaii. He worked in these tunnels when the Aussies were here, and he said there's still equipment in a workroom not far from here. There should be a pump in there. Can you bring it back?
Sure.
Good. Once you bring the pump back, I'll take care of this water.
So anyways, as I was jumping towards him, his interact with me button for a shop turned into interact with me for a quest. So it worked out. I have a lot of difficulty with this quest on this run-through. All the other run-throughs, I had no issues. It was really quite surprising to me just how badly I was doing on this particular segment. Alright, so that's his loogie. This is a toxic loogie right there. I dodged the next one, and I grabbed the rest of the nails that I fired. That one and the one to the left are always zombies. I don't realize that this guy wasn't killed until I figure out why I'm not being able to jump to the left. I was going to jump left, throw the Molotov, and keep moving, but I couldn't move because you can't walk over a zombie that's laid down. I was trying to execute him, but the prompt disappeared. You can't carry snacks with you, you eat it as soon as you pick it up. Try to arc my shot so it goes over the boat. It doesn't really arc in like a grenade fashion, it just... I wasn't sure if I would end up hitting the boat, so I kind of kept my aim upwards while still allowing it to be sticky, the reticle to be sticky on him. That is something that Dying Light lost, I feel like. You know when you're actually aiming and what you're aiming at. Yeah, you could say, oh, just aim at the reticle. Well, no, that as a game, sometimes there's cues in the game that would be easily handled if that was you and not a floating, disembodied weapon. That's why, for example, in the first-person shooters, you get hit, you kind of get some sort of directional arrow signaling which direction you get hit from. Alright, so it took me a fiendishly long time to deal with all of those monsters, and normally it doesn't take me that long. Normally I just kind of kill them as I climb up the ramp, and then they're all gone. Now, I didn't practice this jump too much. This was one of the other things I refined on my third Perna run. I was not prepared for what happened next, though. Normally just backing up just a little bit is all I need, but my jump is significantly weaker because of fraps, and I was not able to clear that jump. And my momentum of sliding around, it sent me propelling off the wall. That was not me jumping backwards. That's the game sending me flying backwards. And I die here. I was displeased. I think I considered doing it again, but I just like, screw it. So yeah, I was considering it again because I was strafing to the left, ready to make the jump again. So I pull out the nail gun and I pop these two barrels like I often do. Unfortunately for me, I get kind of stuck on the fire right there. And that will happen throughout the game. I'll get stuck in fire. Like, that doesn't even look like it's next to me. Could be that my graphics are low and that's the best representation I get of where the fire is. The effects themselves are set to like medium just so I can see where fire is and stuff. I'm hesitant about going in here real fast because of that guy.
Found the pump.
Normally he pops out when I shoot the barrels.
Sure thing, mate.
Alright, now he's gone. But the fire is keeping me at bay. Throwing knives are really handy in that it doesn't take you time to pick them up off the body. Like, every time you hit the interact button, you get a knife back. There's none of this animation where your guy sweeps his arm across to pick up one thing. I mean, that's really silly to think about it. That'd be like if I put 6 jelly beans on a plate in front of you, and you had to wind up your arm and swoop it across the plate to pick up 1 jelly bean, and do it again for the 2nd jelly bean, and again for the 3rd jelly bean. There's somewhere he's pulling out a blade, and that's a little different, but
Get the fuck down.
just watch how my character grips. Yeah, see, he got the shovel out the body that way. It's just weird. Alright, so there's a lot of stuff in here, but there's only a few specific items I want. I want the blades and the metal scrap. And since I'm going to upgrade this item I'm getting as a quest reward, I need some more barbed wire. There's plenty of stuff I've left behind. It's not that I'm unobservant or anything. I probably should have mentioned this earlier because I feel like somebody'd be kind of aggravated at not picking up everything. Not even looting all the bodies. Again, this is a speed run, but an exhibition speed run. I'm showing off John Morgan. I'm letting you see all the cutscenes and dialogue, but I'm still trying to move quickly. Alright, this was actually one of the harder things I had to do, not because it was difficult to stay alive or anything, but everything looks the same while you're driving this boat, and I didn't want to waste time opening the map all the time. So I didn't want to get lost and look stupid. So I kind of rehearsed this boat ride a couple times, and I still wasn't sure I was driving in the right direction. That icon at the bottom, that's my booster. Every time I hit shift, it fills up 1 square. Use the booster to get rid of the monsters. They're called drowned. They will immediately rise out of the water if you're on a boat. If you're the assassin and you have threat reduction, even if you're in single player, you can pretty much ride up on top of them with the boat and kill them, and they still don't notice you. It's amazing. That's just one of the additional reasons why she'd be great for a speedrunner. Because in Riptide, the monsters have much more enhanced awareness of where you are and how to reach you than they ever did in Dead Island 1. It's obscene in this game. It's not right. I can deal with it. It's just I felt that having I understand it's AI, but they acted more like heat-seeking robots than they did mindless, hungry monsters. That thing has problems sailing through the air because of the frame rate.
We'll keep an eye
Trevor
on
will
the
know how to
place.
get this door open. You're on top of that shit, man. Got it all figured out.
If you're ever hard up for money, you could always just loot these bodies constantly.
We've wasted too much time already.
Step out of the fort, grab the oleander, and then come back in and loot the bodies again. Also, these bodies will trigger mines if you like kick the body or something.
Things in a way.
Good. Is
There we
this
go.
piece of junk even gonna work?
Yeah, this is an old Rusky machine. Let's hope those commies knew what they were doing.
Agreed.
Let's see what it can do.
So I'll be using this weapon for a long while. That's my melee weapon anyways. And yeah, that thing is loud. I'm not going to totally modify the sound in this case, just so that you get the game experience. I think it's meant to be obnoxious, is the thing. Normally I would modify volume so that way you could like watch things. Cause I like to watch some videos at night. Mainly because that's when I'm doing stuff in other games, and I leave videos running, and suddenly there'll be like this loud sound that's out of place. Especially if you turn it up so you can understand what the speaker is saying. But in this case, it's part of the game. And I don't want to polish the game so much that it looks perfect, you know. That's one of the reasons why I also left the loading screen in, but that's also for speedrun parts. I think people time the loading. In any case, I'll show you the final play time either way. So during this siege mission, this particular one's over, but this fort itself has a siege mission.
Do not turn that thing on until we're set up to defend ourselves.
The noise from the pump is going to keep attracting them, and it's going to take a while to drain all that water. There's no way we'll survive with the weapons we have.
Hey, I can deploy the mines!
They'll help, but they're not going to be enough. Listen, a military chopper went down near the village. None of the poor bastards on board survived the crash, but their weapons might have. Head over there and see what you can salvage.
Sure.
And get back here as soon as you can. If those things attack while you're gone, we're finished.
During the siege mission for this, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but it's not like a huge issue. You remember how I said that Fraps is changing the physics of the game, or could very well impact the game mechanics? Oh, in this case I end up hitting the interact button too many times, I hop right back out. I have to leave the fort to kill an infected that refuses to stand up. So this is one of those cases where the game changing because I'm running recording software on a laptop that is struggling to keep frame rate constant. That's one of the issues, or one of the instances where my speed run is poorer for it. Alright, so this isn't where my dotted line wants me to go. This isn't probably where most players park their first time through. But I'm willing to guess that most people probably do this their second time through. Park on this section, next to the log, down the shore from where you're supposed to be at. Then go through the cave. Alright, again, if I stop running for what seems to be no reason, it's probably because I'm getting ready for a fight. Or to run past some zombies. In this case, both. Alright, this, I'm not too pleased with how it turned out. First off, you can really ignore this one, but I thought I would try to get both. You see how it's got a loot icon? Yeah, it is a...
Found the chopper. It's BIDF.
Look inside, there's got to be something we can use.
Ha found the guns!
Alright then, come on back and we'll get this party started.
Really, was any of that dialogue necessary? No, it wasn't. But anyways, BIDF, that's Benoit something Defense Force or something. It's not really important. Anyways, if I was... Normally I hit that floater before he can stand up. Then he's pretty much stuck there, or I can finish him off, or whatever, and he's not... I don't have to spend all this time killing him. So I'm not too pleased with how this turned out. But I thought maybe if I got that first floater, that I'd be able to swing around and get the second floater. But I was not able to in time. So now I have to deal with everything. You can pretty much totally ignore the first floater, by the way. And I did on my previous runs. I just left them alone. If you do kick the body, they won't revive, or they won't come to life when the heavy machine guns are accessed. They won't have a health bar when you kick them, if you kick them before the dialogue, not cutscene. But if you don't interact with the body by kicking them, they will become an actual monster. Alright. So in the siege missions with these heavy machine guns, it might be faster not to use them. I use them. I'm showing you the game, and in a fast way, but it's not super perfect fast. This allows me some leisurely things to do, such as letting dialogue run, radio transmissions, cutscenes, picking a suboptimal character, and giving me lots of wiggle room for messing up. Like in this case. Like, if I was better at planning that part, because I plan a lot of things, but I've never planned at this during my 3 run-throughs with Perna. Parking the boat that I use to bring in the water pump in a way that lets me drive the heavy machine guns closer and faster to the base. It would only save me like probably like half a second, 1 second, 2 seconds, if even that. So anyways, I like using the heavy machine guns. I grab these. Mines will pretty much always get you killed. There's another box of mines, but I don't need those. I don't need too many. I just need enough to screw up.
Yeah, that'll teach ya. That's it.
I check to make sure I have all the pistol ammo I need. That flicker on the bottom just says waiting for other players to warp to me or something, but since it's a single player game, it goes way fast. Since I know this is a siege, I get my crap ready to rumble. I like to have my weapons in order from assuming bottom left is my close combat and my bottom right is my furthest range. That way when I mouse wheel backwards from fists, I go to my furthest range weapon.
Some things in her life.
And as I mouse wheel the...
Okay, Trevor, you can turn it back on.
Alright, you sure? Everybody ready?
Why not?
Alright then. You better get out there and give the others a hand.
As I mouse wheel towards the enemy, I go to like shotgun and stuff. You know, it becomes a this is the range of my weapons thing. So I can easily figure out mentally how far I need to scroll that mouse wheel and which direction to go in. And there's random business where like I pull out a gun, then I pull out a grenade and grenade myself in the face. I could put these up earlier, but you have to wait for the siege, and I've got that planned out already. Unfortunately for me, that fence did not go up because I was too close to it when I put it up. It does not help what I just did, but I left it alone because I don't have time to put up 3 fences. Yes, I know, I only put up 1 fence, but I'm counting that as my time to put up 2 fences thing, you know. I only had the time to put up those front 2. As a speed run, I don't want to take the time to put up all the fences, put mines out everywhere and all that. You have to consider all of these extra things you're doing as to whether or not they're necessary. For example, I could spend time getting other blueprints and the items to create those blueprint materials, and it might be a better weapon than the ones I'm using, but if it doesn't save me time in the long run, it might not be worth it in a speedrun. You have to consider that if you're ever making your own speedruns. The mods I'm getting are pretty much on the way. I know exactly where to get the items, and I can make sure that the ones I get are on the way. Like, there's plenty of places to get. Like, I could wander outside here and get Oleander, but it was much faster to get the ones next to Marcus. I could have gotten the flexible hose in the prologue. There'll be a part where it's pretty much directly in my path, though. Harlow has a harpoon waiting for me to pick up. Sometimes it's level 15, I don't know why. Sometimes it's my level.
Don't let him get behind you.
There's my attempt at an execution. You don't control anything. You don't go jumping and controlling your movement. It just homes in on his head. That infected I kicked out, unless it's part of John's ability, he should have stood up by now. Unfortunately, bullets have trouble traveling to enemies in water, so I realized I have to go out there to kill him. This is eating up time.
Take that gun to the other side. Watch the back.
Unman that gun and move it to the other side. Do it! From the back, the back! Unman that gun and move it to the other side. Do it! From the back, the back! They're surrounding us. From the cemetery.
So I know the exact order of where my gun placement is at. The only thing to consider is how many bullets I end up using. Oh, one thing is that when you're aiming a gun with the right mouse button, or whatever your button is going to be, it kind of homes in, and if you don't move the mouse, I think it kind of sticks and follows the enemy a little bit if they're not moving too much. I bring this up because it's going to look like I just like sort of look down the barrels real fast and suddenly on the enemy. That's why. It's not that I'm that awesome at aiming, or that I'm using some sort of aimbot or anything like that. Just that's in fact why I end up doing that a lot, is looking down the sights and unlooking down the sights, I guess. Using Fury mode is also a great way to detect which drowners are real and which ones are fake in Henderson. Drowners are the fast-running zombies that are generally submerged in water. I could have killed her faster with another weapon, but I didn't think it would take that long. I figured I might as well finish her off though with the firearm, because I want to raise firearm skill points. There is a skill, the talent tree or whatever you want to call it, that makes you level your weapon skills faster. And let me explain. Every time you get a character level, you get to put a point in your skill trees. One of the 3 skill trees: Fury, Combat, or Survival.
Just like that.
As you're using weapons, you get experience in that weapon category. So these are different levels, I guess. I'm not too concerned about getting the perk that lets me level up weapons faster. I don't think it would help me that much, considering my technique for this. It's not like I'm shooting a gun into an enemy's chest to kill them for like thugs and stuff and butchers. You'll see. You'll see when I actually get guns, what I actually do with them. I'm relying more on the status effect than I am doing damage with it.
I see one. Let's give these fuckers a flop.
Oh, and yeah, the characters just love to randomly shout stuff. That's Perna shouting right next to me.
We're up Shit's Creek now. Look at them all.
They literally will stand there and let another character get chewed on, like right there. Harlow could totally help Xion, but she doesn't. She didn't even help me there. Not that I needed it. I realized he didn't die yet, so I shot him a couple of times. I think it looked kind of cool.
To die, mate.
The important thing for mini games is to shoot him at least in the body if you're not sure you can get the headshot immediately. Just to stun him. Then you can line up that headshot like that. Like that, right there. I shot her in the chest, she roared, I shot her in the face. Okay. This thug, he can be a little bit of a handful sometimes. I've never done this. This is one of my other improvisational things. Unfortunately, I figured I was well out of the last range for this, but perhaps because I put so many mines down or what, but I ended up getting fried because of that. I have no idea if those 10 seconds being dead, if that was worth it. I'm assuming it was not worth the exchange. But he is severely injured. Unfortunately, I can't seem to get over this wall, so I just go back around.
Yeah, time to check out those tunnels.
Grabbing loot is generally pretty easy unless you grab meat. Meat generally happens whenever you headshot an enemy. Then your character does his little swinging arm animation. I always find that a bother.
Don't forget to resupply before you go.
So that barbed Scottish Dirk, that's gonna stick with me for a while.
The water's out!
I left some things in her life.
Nice. The water's all pumped out and the entrance is wide open.
I'm ready to go, Trevor. Any words of encouragement? Right. I didn't think so.
We don't know what's down there, so be careful.
Let's keep contact. I'll report if anything comes up.
Good luck.
All right.
All right, take care down there. We'll follow as soon as we get the all clear from you.